Welcome to the Shattered Steel walkthrough. My name is Blaine Newport. I'll be your host. Now let's watch the opening cinematic.
The human race has grown at an incredible rate as space exploration and colonization have become a reality. Huge mining and manufacturing corporations compete in the pillage of the resources on the new worlds. It has become necessary for the corporations to hire heavily armored individuals to protect their investments.
There's a lot of backstory about this.
These individuals employ the use of a Corvette-class starship, providing living quarters and interplanetary transport for their planet runners. The Planet Runner was developed specifically for the purpose of navigating the harsh terrain while carrying the firepower of a light armored division and defensive strength of a small battleship. Capable of mass destruction, they are one-man armies.
Yeah, it's a little over the top. Oh, aliens chord in 3, 2, 1. This whole segment here doesn't have anything specific to do with the plot. It's just, hey look, we can do an action sequence. There will be action in the game. It will be awesome. We're promising you that. Everything is all pretty and explodey and stirring martial music. Pretty close to the actual in-game interface. But yeah, it's definitely more action-oriented than what you would expect from BioWare. This is BioWare's first game, although technically, as we'll see in a moment, a Brian Fargo production in association with BioWare. So, I'm not exactly sure how much to call it BioWare's first game, but I don't know. I'm sure you could ask somebody at BioWare who's still around from this time and they would be able to tell you. Published by Interplay. Whoop-de-doo.
This is Hydra 4. Let's stop at dock AB-14.
Roger, bypass set to AB-14.
Transport of Thyrolean crawlers is strictly forbidden on Hydra 4.
And here we start in the menu area. We've got all sorts of different sections. Training, unfortunately, is not as robust as you might hope.
Targon freighter is delayed indefinitely. All shipments should use alternate transports.
A few screens of text telling you what the keys are, which you could pretty much go to the configuration screen and see what those are. There are some general options around controls and sound. A little more interesting are the graphics and realism options. I find them particularly, I don't know if I'd say amusing exactly, but I guess it's kind of funny to think that 3D is supposed to be the next big thing, and, you know, this game, made in 1996, has 3 different kinds of 3D supported, plus you might not have noticed it because I went by so quickly, but, oh actually, maybe it's just not in there. If you look at the customized controls, head tracking devices are even supported by this game. 1996. There is no new thing under the sun. Alright. But anyway, let's move on towards the campaign.
This is Shuttle Omicron 1. We're en route to target.
Transit 12. Shuttle is active and en route.
Now the reason that we were supposed to be
I will cancel online track 88541 Alpha.
supposed to be mercenaries working for corporations is, according to the fiction, corporations
Hyperspace jump confirmed. Palladium 3.
began going to war and quickly realized that the amount of damage that could be caused was extensive, and so
Between Palladium 3 gravitational
there's sort of a
field.
gentleman's agreement that they only use these small mercenary forces instead of out-and-out armed conflict. More cost-effective, I suppose. So, now that we are out in our Corvette, scouring the galaxy for whatever sort of work we do, we have a different menu, although it still has some of the same options here on the wall. We'll take a look at our planet runner, which is obviously the most basic level. These weapon racks, if we had acquired a bunch of weapons, would be all full of different options, different shields, engines, missiles, primary, secondary weapons. We have the cryo chamber, which is where we can go save the game, and so you actually have all these people in hypersleep. Interesting metaphor, kind of creepy. But most important is the holo projector. The holo projector is where we acquire our missions. This is our first mission, and it's really easy to just jump into the mission. I mean, if we back up a bit, you can see all you had to do was click on the hangar and you'd immediately go to the planet. But if you take a little time and wander around the interface, you can find out there's a lot of backstory here. In fact, I'll be timing this, but we'll get to that later.
Good morning, human scout. I hope that your metabolism is well rested. It will be severely strained in the near future, I fear. I will be your guide in your future endeavors here. I am the Artificial Intelligence Network Interface Coupler Mark III. You may call me ANIC if it makes you more at ease to use personal names.
And the long pauses will continue.
I will call you Scout from this point on for simplicity. For your information, I am programmed with the latest in social interface skills, all for your comfort.
Awkward pause module not found.
With my superior logic and your animal cunning, I am certain that we will together be able to meet our future challenges successfully. Pay no attention to any unsubstantiated rumors that you may hear of problems with previous versions of the ANEX series. Marks 1 and 2 are no longer extant.
You bored them to death, didn't you?
Instability of the Lanios 3 communications array has caused our employer to lose contact with their surface installations. The company has issued orders to remove the source of this disruption. You will be inserted to the north of the planet's last remaining communication outpost. Proceed south and begin a systematic cleansing of any units you encounter. All enemies must be eliminated. Survival of the outpost is unnecessary, as the communications array has already been disrupted. The inhabitants are of no use to us, as they have demonstrated their unfitness for active duties.
It's cold, man.
Planetary scans have not discovered the origin of the attacking force you will be facing, but we know you will deal with it with your usual expediency.
And if you bother to scroll down in the text version of the briefing, a couple other things about terrain conditions in the primary objective, but we're running out of time for this first installment. We better launch a mission.
Try to save the communications tower
The blue
if at all
dot.
possible, Scout.
It's already under attack by the time you start the mission. It. You can't have... See, that's the nice tower you get to defend. There's a friendly air unit. Good to have around. It's actually more effective at killing stuff than you are at this stage. And then fact, if we go and check our mission objectives... Oh, it won't say that yet. If we go and check the final briefing for the mission, because you just press escape as soon as your objectives are complete, you'll see, I got 4 kills, that means he got 2. Usually it's the other way around. But, you know, they're just trying to get you into things. But that briefing takes 2 minutes, and the mission itself takes something on the order of 30 seconds. It's a strange game, and will continue to be strange. We'll continue with the post-mission briefing, which will also be twice as long as the mission itself was, in the next installment.